my draw your sword efforts. What a game.
You were looking for
happened?
Matthew in Genesis.
So what really happened?
No, actually, what I was doing was I was on the content page. I don't know whether that's allowed. So every time they start, they mention I go on the content page, and the pages never correspond with where I'm
The
trying
fact that you have to go to content.
So were
cry,
you representing a group or you were?
No, this was an
representing
individual sports on the
okay.
ladies' circle. We know we do. We have a game in between the discussions,
yes.
typically every weekend.
So the cameraman actually zoomed in on your Genesis.
No,
At the time
this
that
is
you were
Michael
looking
who
for-
was using his
Bro, if
his tactics.
If we are talking about New Testament, at least you should be
So no, wait,
you should be
so-
beyond.
no,
I can't
so
even
wait.
hold on.
No,
hold on.
but
Hold
this
on.
is where the page of contents
You
is.
mentioned Matthew.
Yes.
So Matthew, so New Testament.
But I have to go to the table of contents,
the
which
table.
comes before
Listen,
And you
Genesis.
picked the first page of the Bible.
Looking for the content
You
page.
see, if you know the Bible, you know that once you share a New Testament scripture, you go beyond half the Bible.
But then how will the contents page tell you the exact page to
Ellen,
be on?
you didn't
And
go,
also,
let's leave it there.
Ellen,
You-
I
and
don't-
also,
I don't blame you. You see, you've left Sunday school for how many years?
Did she go
excuse
at all?
me, I
Did
could have
she-
been. I'm young, supple, and fresh. Excuse you. Excuse you about.
Oh,
I'm
I
on
see
your
the
side,
shade.
though.
I see the shade.
And actually, I have
I'm on
pictures
your
from
side
Sunday
now.
school. I was one of those kids in Sunday school that was extra pitchy. We used to get like pebbles if you answered questions correctly, and I also had a sweet tooth, so I would like study and like
it was for the
yeah.
sweets.
It was for the sweets, purely for for the sweets and their message. Stop that.
So the sweets.
Yeah, and then the sweets stopped coming, and so did I.
No, but at least you should still be able to tell where whether
Listen.
center middle, like for open middle of the Bible, then start the search from
No,
there.
that's
New
not a good
Testament
tactic.
to
That's
the
not
New
a
Testament
That's
and
not a
Genesis.
sensible tactic because you have to go to the content,
content,
which is
eh?
a page 537.
And look-
But then I open the page 537. It's so sick.
No, but you had Matthew.
I had Matthew, so
So
what I would
they
do is I
said,
asked them whether I could go to the page of
"Get
content.
ready,
I think they knew I was going to be useless even with the
Open
content
the
page.
book of Matthew.
How do I get there?
They're actually not even allowed to reference that.
You are not, but they allowed me.
And even with that, oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh my
Mary.
goodness.
They allowed me specifically to go to the content page, and I think I
And
was
they
set up
stopped
because
the
it
time
wasn't
for you.
It wasn't my Bible, so maybe that's why.
That's why.
And can
Now
you
I
the
get
Bible?
it.
I'll
Now
know.
I get it.
Hey.
Your spirit was not in tune
Although-
with a foreign Bible.
Although during the competition, I took we had a lady pastor on the show. I took her Bible. I said, "This Bible is anointed," so we exchanged to give me a ST.
One man, may I bring a Bible? Let me see something.
Listen, if
So where is Revelations in the Bible?
the last book.
Oh wow!
I know, for example, that Exodus is in the Old Testament. Okay, tell me the book. I'll tell you if it's new or old.
Hey.
Okay.
So give me a
Okay.
little quiz.
Songs
Numbers.
of Solomon.
Oh, that's in the New Testament.
You have finished us.
Wasn't Solomon really romantic? Because as for the
Songs of
romance,
Solomon is in the New Testament. No.
isn't that where the romance is? Or it's Proverbs that has all the sweet romance? It be Proverbs
You
and
have finished us.
But I do know, for example, that Solomon had many girlfriends.
Where is
Madam.
Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiastes is in the Old Testament. That I know.
Okay.
Yes.
No, but the Solomon part, no.
Which was Solomon? Isn't
You
Solomon the
sure
cousin of?
Forget. The point is that.
Isn't Solomon Abraham's
Madam.
cousin?
Helen.
You're doing well.
Solomon and Abraham, they're not
You
cousins.
are shocking.
So Solomon and Abraham are not cousins. Yay, maboka.
Prophet.
Turn around and stick it up. Wow.
It's okay, your mic is off.
Specimen. Wow. Drop it down now, pick it up. Wow. 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 Drop it down now, pick it up. Wow. 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 Drop it down now, pick it up.
In any case, these days, Dr. Bawumia wants us to go on the digital path. So for like my church as well, I rarely see anybody with their physical copy because they announce the verse and then they put it on the screen. I don't know. You guys sound ancient, sounding like dinosaurs. Right now, me call me phone swam. Any verse be
Songs
pay.
of Solomon is in New
Let me
Testament.
see.
Hey, nah, this is epic.
Let me see. Songs of Solomon.
You check.
Right now you have digitalization. Dr. Bawumia, your children are disappointing you. They want to use paper copy when we want to do e-praises.
Ellen, if
E-worship.
even with even with your electronic, I don't know where the scripture.
I'm shocked. I put Songs of Solomon. I've got Songs of Songs. Okay. In any case, maybe this year I will pick up a Bible again.
Yeah,
but
Charlie.
that is not my usual book of choice.
Father, a prayer of the University of Ghana Chaplaincy Catholic Church, Father Teresa Cross.
Did you say Father Teresa?
Yes.
Father Teresa. Isn't that a woman's name?
Father, come and answer for yourself.
Is that the actual name?
And Father Diodone, you have. I'm dedicating Helen to you this morning. Please, I'll share her number with you.
Yes,
But,
maybe.
Living
you-
sacrifice.
Thank you.
Why not? I don't know.
Okay, there's a priest, a very young priest just across, Christ the King.
Why is he?
Father,
Why do you have added the young?
Father Donatus Palo. And he has this Bible. He started this. I've forgotten the name of the project. I think the idea is to read the entire Bible. By a certain period.
Oh, I
So
wish
he
them all
takes
the best.
A book. No, I'll add your name to his. He will share with you every morning
The
a
mailing
section
list,
of the
eh?
Bible
Yeah,
to read.
yeah, that's exciting. I
Father
look
Donatus
forward to
Palo,
that
I have
immensely.
a
Wow,
student for you.
exciting! I cannot wait.
We have a new Sunday school student.
Yeah.
You know what? In as a kid, the toffees used to entice me to go to church. Maybe as an adult, if they do something like pizza day, pizza Sunday, some of us might be inclined to be
And your
lured
church
back
was
into
trying.
the
Which church was
fold.
that?
With the pebbles and sweets.
Yes, and the pizza Sunday.
No, they haven't done it yet. That's my suggestion. That's what would lure.
So I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you to St.
a
Thomas
prodigal
Aquinas this
daughter.
Sunday. There'll be party. There'll be party in the church this Sunday.
I don't trust that.
Hey, we have our Agape Sunday. Come.
There'll be pizza there.
Oh, Helen, there'll be anything you want.
I love that. That would lure me back.
Yeah, masters at.
Yeah, give me an incentive to find out where these your plenty books are. But I digress.
I'm
Let's get
serious,
into the
I'm
news
serious.
review.
On Sunday.
I'll
I will
think
call
about
you
it.
on Sunday morning and check up on you.
The
If I
number you are
sat-
calling is currently
Minding his business.
minding its business. Calls have been forwarded. To leave a message, press 1. To hang up,
Ellen is a legend.
press 2. All right, so I've got the Daily Guide, the Ghanaian Times, and the Daily Graphic. No guesses here which story is running through these different papers. You've got the Daily Guide reporting this on the front page. Big 6 coup plotters to hang. That's what they're calling them, the Big 6. Big 6 coup plotters to hang, 3 acquitted. Ghana, Estonia hold digitalization talks. I didn't know that we had any dealings with Estonia. It's the first time I'm hearing that we have some tango with them. And you've got the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, pictured here with Estonian President Alla Karis. Okay,
Is
digitalization.
he still in the country?
Who?
The Estonian president or our
Why, you
vice
want
president
something
went
to-
rather?
We'll get into that. Well, you have some proposal for the Estonian
Before
president.
I say something,
See something, say something. So say it.
you read the story.
Hajj season begins and Asabi calls for probe into Mills's death. US-based Ghanaian immigration lawyer sued for fraud. And if you want to find out if the vice president received the Estonian president on Ghanaian soil, you can find that out on page 6 to seeing as you are interested in this. But a high-powered Ghanaian delegation led by Vice President Dr. Bawumia met with an Estonian government official on Wednesday. Okay, they met in Germany, actually. To discuss the relevance of digitalization in today's economy. Okay, 6 years. They went to Germany to have this talk.
Oh, okay. So I just Googled, and 3rd April. This is recorded by the Ghana Embassy in Berlin. His Excellency Ambassador, Her Excellency Ambassador Gina Amable presents letters of credence. This was 3rd July 2018. This is to. I'm just trying to fish out something. So Estonian honorary consulate in Accra, Ghana e-visa, international relations between Estonia and Ghana. So Ghanaian citizens working in Estonia, employment, visa, work permit, and more. Ghana and Estonia trade, and there's the Observatory of Economic Complexity. Should Ghana collaborate with? There seem to be a lot.
Okay, so we have dealings with Estonia. You gentlemen know where Estonia is?
I have to search them up.
Okay, it's in Northern Europe. Northern Europe. Interesting. I'm just curious because I just didn't realize that we had any dealings.
Our nations
with Northern
have a
Europe.
lot in common.
I see. For example?
So Eric Kwaisi, originally from Ghana, has graduated from the Estonian Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences. I like the university.
Interesting.
Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences with a master's. So there's actually a study in Estonia and foreign relations of Estonia. There's a whole lot.
Okay, we have dealings with Estonia.
I was looking for their resources, what they are rich in, to see what we possibly could be interested
Well,
in.
this one is specifically on digitalization. That's why the vice president met with
vice president.
Yes, and that's his speciality, going on a path of digitalization. The Guardian Times this morning: attempted coup plot, 6 to hang for treason. ACP Agojo and 2 others freed. World Bank approves some $300 million for Ghana to promote economic growth. Houghton sacked after Ghana AFCON group stage. I'm ready to move on. GRA targets some 146 billion cedis in 2024. The Daily Graphic: looted Asante relics returning home. And you've got a picture of some of these relics. There's a sword.
The returning home.
We'll get into that. It's captured on page 13. There's a picture to go along with that. You see a sword that's over 300 years old, a gold necklace, and a harp from the 1800s. Very rich in history. Right there. A coup plot, 6 to die, 3 acquitted. Many women opting for C-section is worrying. That's coming from the Ghana Health Service. And $900 million World Bank support. Government receives the first tranche of $300 million. Gentlemen.
I don't know. One story you read there caught my attention. Why is it worrying that women are opting for CS? Like, I'm wondering.
Well, C-sections are not generally safe. It's a very invasive procedure. So any doctor will tell you if you're able to have a natural birth, they would probably recommend that first because they're slicing open your abdomen. And if you can avoid going, under and having an operation, I think most doctors might recommend that. That's just my guess, but we can get into that as we proceed.
Can I take you back to Estonia?
Yes, please.
I'm really curious about it. So, according to World Atlas, I was looking for the major natural resources that the country boasts of. So, World Atlas says it's in Northern Europe, as you said.
That's right.
But Russia and which one is this? Latvia?
Latvia, that's right.
Latvia. So thank you to my English teacher. As well as the Gulf of Finland and the Baltic Sea. The country's primary language is Estonian, spoken by over 68% of the population. Its population is 1.3 million people, and it's one of the least populated Eastern European countries. It is regarded as developed with a high-income economy, and its small population enjoys perks such as free healthcare and education. Charlie Helen, we should actually have a major mission there. One major contributing factor to the accelerated growth of Estonia, which has one of the fastest growing economies in the East in the European Union, is the abundance of natural resources. The major resources include oil shale, sea mud, construction sand, lake mud, and construction gravel. So you see your ceramic, all these ceramics and we are very good in those things in this country.
That's right.
So, and since we are an importing country, we may just want to have a relationship so that we can import ceramic clay.
And then hopefully come and add some value to it.
Yes.
Upsell, make some money.
It has an abundance of oil shale. 1.1. Okay, that's all some technical, this one. But it's a country we want to have relationship with. Yeah, from what I have seen. Yeah, so, Vice President Bawumia, thank you for going there. But maybe we can do more than digitalization. Because they seem to have a lot. They seem to have a lot.
Why not? Why not? All right, what do we have in the papers?
So, on the front page of the Daybreak newspaper, 6 sentenced to death. Akufo-Addo rejects GRA's SML request. Court orders substituted service against Abi National and others. Bawumia explores Estonia's digital economy. And on the back page is an obituary. On the front page of the Finder, the new Finder, I think I keep saying the Finder.
Are they two different?
Is it different? Still same Elvis Darko edition. Okay, so the new Finder, front page, PNM calls for vibrant, truthful media with integrity. Are you guys journalists with integrity? Bond market performance hinges on reducing inflation, Professor Agboyo. President Akufo-Addo extends SML audit deadline. Blueprint to save Ghana football abandoned despite capturing it in Jamafre Commission report. And this is by Coach Christopher Nimley. Numo likes to constantly and consistently refer to this commission report that we have since jettisoned. We commissioned a whole commission to look into World Cup fiasco. Was it World Cup? And after that, they gave us a beautiful report that has since been rotting away. And we still have the same problems, still complaining about the same issues, the same concerns. On the front page of the Anchor newspaper, Revealing the Truth, Takwa delegates to retain MP with over 80% endorsement. And we have that story on page 2 of the paper. NPP primaries, several government appointees to battle sitting MPs on Saturday. That's another thing to look out for. See, the people from the Flagstaff House, the Jubilee House, who decided to contest the sitting MPs.
You've got a few of these. So you've got Dr. Gideon Boako, spokesperson to the Vice President, vying for the Tano North seats. You've also got Alhaji Dr. Mahama Abdul Kabiru, technical advisor to the Vice President, Bawumia Wale seat. He's got his eye on that. The PRO of the Ministry of Education, Kwesi Kwarteng, he's eyeing the Asante Achim North seat. And this one, which was also quite controversial, Controller and Accountant General Achim Swedru. You've got Kwesi Kwening Bosompim, and a host of others. Obo is the MD at Ghana Post.
And I have to mention my friend too.
Asante Achim South.
David Asante.
David Asante.
That's the Ghana Press. Publishing. Ghana Publishing.
Ghana Publishing.
Come on.
What seat are they vying for?
Let me get that for you.
This person is your friend.
Like, I just shocked.
My friend.
Friend, born
I hope he's not listening. No, but he's actually gone at this for quite a number of time. I think this is his second or third attempt.
Oh, I see.
At the seat.
Well, if at first you don't succeed,
I believe he will succeed.
Try
because
again.
You see, the work he's done with the press, the publishing company, is what has impressed a lot of people.
I see.
Before he went there, the company was really struggling. But from what I hear, he's doing some good job there, and he's really brought some youthful dynamism to bear at the place there. I'm looking for the way you keep looking into my eyes, Helen. I don't like it. Why do I keep seeing Dom Kwabinya when I'm looking for David Asante's constituency?
You have blackout on your brain.
Doctor, you got Dr. Louise Carroll Sewa Donko, coordinator at the
Also
National
going for the second time.
Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program, Old TAFO, CEO of Ghana National Scholarship Secretariat, Dr. Kingsley Ajiman. He's eyeing the Achim Ibuakwa South seat. Of course, Palgrave Boachidanko, we hosted him sometime last week. He's the government spokesperson on governance and security, eyeing the Ibuakwa North seat. So there are a host of government appointees who are looking to transition into the House of Parliament. So all eyes on the NPP as we look to Saturday. I think there are going to be some interesting results, certainly some upsets, some shakeups, and some new faces. What does that mean for the party? It'll be interesting for us to analyze when it's all said and done. Yesterday we had that conversation with Duke Mensah Opoku about the happenings in Obi Amwer's constituency. Remind me, Sixtus, please, what's the constituency?
Equiapim South.
Equiapim South. There should be some developments also in that particular constituency. A lot for you and I to sink our teeth into. Michael.
Well, the business analyst, don't misuse $600 million IMF cash, Mahama tells Akufo-Addo. Ghana to save $2.8 billion in debt servicing to bilateral creditors between 2023 and 2026. It has a picture of Ken Ofori-Atta, the finance minister. GRA promises to focus on customer service to meet target of 146 billion cedis in 2024. GPRTU orders drivers to maintain existing rates as negotiations continue. Now, the ABC News starts with NDC schemes to deplete NPP MPs. Interesting. You brought small boy Malema to insult John Mahama. NDC foot soldiers blast their leaders. Withdraw 15% VAT on electricity within a week. Organized labor to government.
Which paper is that?
ABC.
Oh.
I think that story was like 2 days ago. That story was like 2 days ago.
No, the Malema story.
Okay. NPP bans members from commenting on ongoing issues with Menchia Palace. Very interesting one there. And then the Daily Statesman, COP Kofi Boakye joins Mahama's campaign. Black Stars fans demand resignation of GFA boss. There's a picture of Keto Kriku and the headline, of course, 6 sentenced to death for coup plot. Asabi autopsy will bring closure to Mills' death, and President extends period for GRA SML audit by KPMG. And Kwesi Kwarteng tipped to win Asante Achim North. And that's it for the Daily Statesman.
Well, you mentioned SML, and you recall either at the top of this week or last week, I was asking why we hadn't received that KPMG auditing report. Now we know that there's been an extension. So the communique, it's dated the 24th of January 2024. That's just yesterday. President Akufo-Addo grants KPMG's audit extension request, denies GRA's contract continuation request. And you recall that the GRA had asked that SML be allowed to at least rely on their systems to do their work, which is interesting because as per the Fourth Estate's findings, those are not the figures that the GRA uses, even according to them, to carry out their mandates. But the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has extended the period, beg your pardon, within which KPMG is to complete its audit on the transaction between the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, and Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited, SML, from the initial date of Tuesday, 16th January 2024 to a new date of Friday, 23rd February 2024. This follows a request made by KPMG to the President requesting for an extension of the 2-week period originally given the company to undertake the assignment. KPMG is to submit its final report no later than Friday, 23rd February 2023. President Akufo-Addo has also taken note of the request made by GRA asking for his permission to allow the monitoring system installed and used by SML to continue. Notwithstanding the suspension of its GRA-related operations, the President has denied GRA's request and has directed that the status quo with respect to the suspension of the performance of the contract should remain in effect until the completion of the audits and subsequent submission of the audit report by KPMG. So a much lengthier timeline now for the KPMG company to issue that audit? I think it's too long.
And yesterday I was questioning why the GRA would be asking for permission to continue to use the system deployed pending the investigations. And I'm happy that the presidency has denied or declined that request. I think that it was in bad faith. I don't even know why it was written in the first place. It makes me very suspicious. Very, very suspicious.
It annoyed me. I'll be honest. It really annoyed me.
There's also the argument that what if at the end of the day, the findings, the audits by KPMG actually reveals that SML was saving the country some money? Then it means that
we
would have lost within
the period.
If we were losing, it means that we've already lost within a period of 2 or 3 years or 4 years or even 5 years. It is not this 1 week or 2 week window that will save anything. The argument is simple. You have brought your software, those your camera things that you sell. No? I say the thing was stolen and sold to me. You stole the camera stand and sold to me. I'm giving you opportunity to promote your business. You are not mentioning the items. Or you don't want the people to know that you are doing galamsey on the side.
Cool down.
Then we say, okay, let's investigate the matter. Then you say, oh, I should go ahead to use the equipment that you have given to me. So what if by the time we conclude the investigation, the equipment is broken? Would you surcharge me? Would I have to pay for damages? I mean, there are too many unanswered questions in this, and I don't think that a GRA should have even thought about writing that.
Honestly, it really surprised me.
It's the mischief was too much.
Yes, it really surprised me when that request came through. I do think this extension of time, it went from 2 weeks now to an extra 1 month on top of that. I don't know. Well, KPMG knows the amount of time that they will need to carry out this audit. So we sit tight and we watch. But if the findings of the Fourth Estate are anything to go by, this is something that should definitely concern all of us and should definitely worry a lot of us. For me, especially because there is legal instrument, there is law that mandates the NPA and other bodies to carry out the work for which SML was contracted. So I just think if there's laws that give our institutions the power to do this job, why then do we have another seemingly duplicitous institution carrying out that same work? What are we playing at?
Well, is that not what we do in this country?
Who are we joking with?
We duplicate a lot of roles and functions, institutions. One institution is doing a job that is shared by another institution. And very recently, there was a question about Iyoko, who even raised that matter. It went on and on and on as to whether Iyoko is still relevant. I think it was a social media conversation that we had as to whether Iyoko is still a relevant institution, you know, in the light of all the work that, say, the OSP is doing. So there's Iyoko, there's FIC, there's OSP, a whole lot of institutions. But that's what we seem to see in this country. You see, we seem to be duplicating a lot of functions. You have an office sitting at the office of the president performing a function that an entire ministry is supposed to be performing or is already performing. And so we see that a lot, which is part of the reason our public expenditure is so bloated.
Absolutely, these duplicitous roles, and for me as well, I think one of KPMG's mandates includes also finding out really if SML was needed in the scheme of things, and I think the procurement side of things also has to be examined very carefully. So for a company that has no record,
but that's not part of their terms of reference.
I'll read that out. I think it loosely gets to the core of it. It should
be clearly stated. It's one of your TOF. So that
I'll read that out. I'll read that out as soon as I can spot that. But again, for me, the procurement issues will also have to come to bear. Did we get the best bang for our buck? Are there other companies who maybe could have demonstrated that they were doing this for much longer? The GRA is SML's only client, first client. What were they doing that allowed them to be chosen Were they chosen out of a lot, or were they singled out, and for what reason? In any case, that's something that we can examine further as the weeks progress. But the center spread of the Ghanaian Times is talking about shmoney. World Bank approved some $300 million for Ghana to promote economic growth. Hopefully a step in the right direction. The World Bank yesterday approved $300 million facility to support Ghana to help strengthen the country's macroeconomic stability and promote economic growth. The facility, under the Development Policy Operation for Ghana, a concessional loan to support the country's budget execution, is a contribution by the World Bank's International Development Association to help Ghana's economic recovery and enhance inclusive growth. This brings to $900 million the amounts the IMF and the World Bank approved for Ghana in less than a week to support the country's economic recovery and growth. This is good news, isn't it? We're getting some money into our coffers, and that should bolster some confidence. I mean, we went from we will not go to the IMF to now singing its praises and celebrating milestones. I'll never forget when Gabriel Tridako posted on his Twitter page. He said, "Oh, we got a staff level agreement in just 5 months. How exciting." Coming from the quarters that said we would not go. We were a proud nation and we were naysayers. We called us Sambalat and Tobias. I don't know where in the Bible those guys are, but we were Sambalat, we were Tobias. We were all sorts of negative entities. Here we are.
Well, at least it's good news for us that we are experiencing some relative stability with the economy, especially with the forex market. Since last year, relative stability, the cedi has stayed within the 11 to 12 cedi range, which is quite commendable. And all that is really because of the IMF conversation. If not, maybe it could have gotten even worse. Remember that sometime 2022, towards the end of the year, at some point, the cedi was trading at almost 16 cedis to the dollar. But then since we ate the humble pie and decided to go to the IMF, we've seen some significant, and I say very, very, at least steady performance of the cedi. Actually, if you look at how it fared even during the Yuletide, you see that at least there's some system in place that's at least mitigating the shocks. We didn't see a sharp depreciation like we did in previous years. It was quite stable. There wasn't much upward movement. And I'm thinking that with this second tranche released, with the expected 300 million, and I think the Fiscal Stability Fund is receiving some 250 million, I think.
Still, we're a proud nation.
Oh, let me finish. So at least we are hoping that the currency will continue to remain stable.
I'm hoping that it remains stable, and the exchange rate also we see a decline. Because as at December, it was 12 cedis, and you reported this. I was watching you on Business Focus, and as at January, 11 cedis, 98 pesos. There's no point, Michael, to say it's irrelevant.
You see, sometimes
12 cedis to 11 cedis, 98 pesos.
Ellen, when you multiply,
when the fundamentals are weak, Ellen, the exchange rate will expose you. We have been totally exposed.
When you multiply 0.1 by 1 million, you see that it's not as insignificant as it appears. However, the point is that I from where I sit, I do not see as necessarily
2 pesos rather.
Say what?
Continue.
Okay, so I do not see that as getting into single digits this year necessarily, but at least the prospects look good.
They look good
in the sense of stability.
Okay.
And we can at least be thankful for that, because it gives.
I will not be thankful for
in
that.
the sense that at least it gives.
I give no praise and I give no props. I can't say that it is good. For me, there's nothing like. For me, where the conversation gets tricky is I can't even give any praise. This is mediocre. This is mediocre. This is the shining star of Africa. And our currency is on par with those at war, those who don't even have stable governments. I will give no applause and I will give no commendation. There is none coming from me. There's nothing like, at least for me, there's nothing like, Ekoye, Enkoye. It's not going well. We have turned no corner. In fact, if you listen to what the IMF had to say, they said that signs of progress are emerging. They're not even saying that we are there. If you listen carefully, I've seen government spokespersons take that statement and run with it. they say IMF says the signs are now emerging. We have not arrived.
But
I'm
the
hearing
IMF
glimpses
too,
of conversations where it sounds, let's not kid ourselves. We are nowhere. Almost 1 million Ghanaians have been plunged into extreme poverty. For the first time, I heard the phrase multi-dimensional poverty. There is nothing, there's no commendation from me.
Ellen, it's a fair point, fair argument.
Thank
and
you.
I can relate. Because, I looked at, I did a story about fabricated homes, yeah? And
Fabricated
homes. So they can literally build a house for you in days by just arranging it like Legos. So the average cost of such an apartment is about $20,000. And $20,000 can give you a comfortable 2-bedroom apartment. Now, $20,000 fabricated apartment, to about $20,000-$30,000. So when we did the math, then it brought us to about let's say 300,000 cedis. Now, imagine that the cedi to the dollar was 5. So it means that with 100,000 cedis, we can be homeowners.
Ooh.
Oh no, not too long ago. In a few years back, that was possible. That was possible.
So that's not a few years back. It's been quite a while.
No, few years ago, that was possible.
Well, but now it isn't. So
now it isn't,
just to give you a picture of how crucial this whole forex conversation really is, and how the currency performs and how it impacts on us. It means that if we're trading at 5.3, there are lots of things we can conveniently afford. It means the cost of cars it means that literally the average cost of a car in the country should be like half the price if the currency was trading within that range. But then my point on the other hand is, Helen, I interacted extensively with the business community when this whole currency fluctuation started.
Right.
I spoke to one of the managers of the leading manufacturing companies in the sub-region. Now, the frustration in the man's voice then was just telling. Now, according to him, you go to the market and buy products to come and produce at, say, $12. And then whilst you are producing, you pack it at a price of $13, hoping that at least you can break even. But by the time you are done, the dollar is trading at 14. So what do you do? So if you remember, during that time, we were having daily price fluctuations. So you would see that on various websites or platforms that products were being sold, every hour the price was being revised because of the whole up and down in the currency market. But now at least we can be thankful for stability. At least we can be thankful. If not, it means that we'll consistently not be able to plan our lives. We will consistently not be able to make any progress. And the business community,
whether high or low,
at least stability is something
so long as
to
it is stable.
Exactly.
To look to. It's a throwback Thursday. Let me take you down a trip of memory lane.
Okay.
Having the capacity to think through the consolidation exercises and also discipline itself with regards to the 20-30% cuts, etc., that we have shown clearly a direction that I guess even in a sense the fund may be hesitant to push any further with regards to that.
Speaking on the electronic transfer levy, Kenneth Ofori-Atta said government is optimistic.
Well, that was a trip down memory lane. Kenneth Ofori-Atta says we will not go to the IMF. Credit there to CityTube for that particular video. But if you go on YouTube, just type, all I put was, we will not go to the IMF. You see about 20 variations of this particular video. We like to replay it to remind us that was the posturing. So for me, celebrations along the lines of getting monies from the IMF is
Ghana Beyond Aid.
Ghana Beyond Aid for me is quite interesting. But time check, it is some
hope.
I have hope.
But talking about the finance minister, his brother, Duke Ofori-Atta, is contesting to be a member of parliament. And I think it is fair. We are mentioning names. We haven't mentioned. We should give him some publicity.
Who?
Duke Ofori-Atta.
Okay. You know, Honorable Batachian is Kenneth Ofori-Atta's cousin. He's asking that Kenneth Ofori-Atta resign.
Yes, we have discussed that.
You didn't know that they were cousins. You learn something new every day. 16 minutes past the hour of 7. Still live here on 3FM Sunrise. On 3FM 92.7. We'll park it here. We'll make room
but
for...
you can pack it. I have to talk about David
But we have
Asante.
to do community voices. It's
So my voice,
16
my
past
community
7.
voice is that
News
David
is coming at
Asante-
7:36. So you have
David
1
Asante
minute.
is
You have 1
contesting-
minute. Yes.
David Asante is contesting in Koko. Please. I'm campaigning for him.
In Koko.
You have collected Payola.
I know.
No.
You know the in Koko. You know in Koko.
I know him from his Let My Vote Count days.
Okay.
And Charlie, this man could talk for Ghana. And he could give us sound bites. And as journalists, that's all we're interested. I think a lot of the media guys, he made a relationship with a lot of us from those days, even though they have all betrayed the cause. But he wants to be MP for Nkoko. And Duke Oforiatta wants to be MP for, I think, Fantiago or something, north or south.
And their cousin, Honorable Atachian, wants their other cousin to resign.
To leave office.
0559 242 717. Again, it's 0559 242 717. Alternatively, reach us on 0556 910 154. Your voice matters. Let's hear from you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Who's speaking? Where are you calling us from?
Alan is Sapperman.
Alan from Sapperman. Let's hear you.
Alan, Ellen, Michia one unko for our more hoina.
Yeah, Joso.
Ebinka, me black penny joining so baby odia.
And also.
Amen. Ellen, and that's how we may how we are near my answer.
Yes, you.
Kaisa make us send be fair. I winiba, Castle winiba, quina, ye, almost or more bemono. Yes, I have budget, no. Into Mundi actually, into Meshamu, Yamobe Afahu. 2. Lithium 17, no, Mamma, my dream and Enquada. Because you who could do. The embassy that I know them smasi, Jumano. No. Professor Jampo, ye channel. Go yet, Casa was I issue no, actually, as I say, Juma, we na a was here. Into weekend, Saturday, Monfanabra, key point here, any on Saturday, the other country was our issue no. A tossum answer. Nyamisha Ghana for woman a pese or mine including pompons so I youth no yet no my better. Yes, I'm pin for now. Woman I gave now, woman in your moniano, no, Micha Kusa mention and call for and a style in patch on my opportunity. I mean, share me brother be.
In 30 seconds for me, please.
Minimum position that. I think so, Reverend Samson Ando, Medina, Ebenezer Methodist, Yamisha, and I'm my wife, Madame Rahel, the Yamisha, uncle for Manata.
Thank you so much for your call. 0559 242 717. That's 0559 242 717. Alternatively, 0556 910 154. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Who's speaking, please?
I'm in Katri.
Hey, today everybody is speaking Tree. Let's hear you. I'll translate.
Ode.
Pacho yet you.
This is a book of community.
Yo.
Yeah, Pacho. Yes, yeah, Papa. The Okabayano, and you're who you. Kukumra, for the past 2-3 weeks in Surin.
There's no water in Kokomlemne. The water is not flowing.
Bansu no mjin so bansu e mu kan en so na asa mo so untimi di on peso mo tregana fo. Mo bansu ni se na o kai en se mo tara foto we. O be trasa aka ni wuro fi sa asa mo ni na. Ne bo zina no o kai amu popo tie. No se sa na adwin. Ghana fo bre. No de bia o de tas e ku Ghana. O de tas e so Ghana fo. No dis kan so ye hu be o dis kai fa. Akufado ye pa o chawo. Ni se na o kai wo si an so we. You say that's why I say up here and can't swallow it. One year in Yamaye, Netamsa, 1 year in Yamaye, no kind of one in the Antonako, yes, of Trafia. Got a forbid swatch.
Thank you so much for your call. Kokomlemle water issues still abound. And also, according to our last caller, the water not smelling too correct coming out of the taps. Hello, good morning. Who's speaking? Where are you calling us from?
Eben speaking.
Eben, good morning to you. How are you?
Cool.
All right, let's hear you, please.
The same water issue, we in Kwabenya are facing the same problem. So if we are rationing water, they need to inform us. we played with them. Also, you see, I just want to tell my party, I'm an NDC member, and I will tell the national executive that they have to sit up because we can't afford to lose December election. Because Ghanaians need the NDC to rescue the nation. We need to have our second independence. And Ellen, the reason why I'm emphasizing on this is, you see, if I look at this in Equatorial South, the MPP primaries coming. Look, if they can do this to their own party members, the question we in the NDC need to ask ourselves, well, they can even do worse. Look, our net will what? And sitting MP, who try to contest again, allow his head to pick the same form. When he goes round, he goes with him. Because he knows that he wants what? He wants to use his power to do something against his fellow members. Because per the MPP constitution, when an incumbent is contesting, if you're a DC or MC, you don't have that right to contest. Due to that, the MC in the Equatorial South step down for him. Then finally, he allowed his aid. At the dying minute, I'm calling on those in Equatorial South to rise up against their party and demonstrate. Because it's like, I'm surprised and I'm shocked of this thing. If they would do this to their own party, what do you think they will be doing to them? That is why Sami Ewuku on stage saying that they have their own strategy. They know they haven't performed. Please, national executive, regional executive, and the SEC, please, we can't afford to disappoint Ghanaians come December 7th. Let's do our possible best. If they said they will destroy the country, let's help them to destroy the country.
No, we can't have that. No destruction of Ghana allowed. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Papa Bisu, how are we doing this morning?
Well, as a nationalist, I may be doing fine, but when I relate it to Ghana's negative happenings under Nado's government, I may say I'm not happy at all. I get my point. Yeah.
I'm getting your point.
But to my brother, Eben, don't worry. Did you see the what do you call it, the 24-hour economy walk in Kumasi? Did you see the person behind John Mahama? It's retired COP Kofi Boakye. Okay. We are not joking, no. They should bring it on. The MPP should bring it on. We are ready for them. But seriously. Hey. Now they should check this what do you call it? The Kenoforiatas issue. Kenoforiatas issue. Ibadata, yes, it's a direct cousin of Kenoforiatas. And it's not happy about what Kenoforiatas is doing. People have now realized what we've been telling them that, look, you can't have one person to be milking Ghana's hard-earned taxpayers' money. No! That's a no deal. Bad deal. And the other day, one house, I wasn't insulting him.
But Papa Bisu, we have to just be measured with the language
what I'm trying to say,
we can't get personal.
No. I'm saying that because he gave the contract to SML. He gave them the contract. I get it. Same as Mackenzie. And I'm saying that he has innocent face, but what he's doing on the ground is not proper. That's what I'm trying to say. I wasn't insulting him. I get my point. Because, for instance, you gave a contract to Mackenzie to do revenue assurance. They are milking hard-earned taxpayers' money. I get my point. And doing nothing. Go to the dialysis center. Akolibu. We need dialysis machine to cure renal patients. We need money for that. I get my point. And you are wasting money on SML and Mackenzie. Same as National Theatre and National Cathedral. What sort of government is this? I get my point. So, whoever is giving money to people doing those sort of things, it's Kenoforiata, backed by the president. I'm happy to know that the president said that so-called letter that the GRA man wrote to the president. President said no, it's not.
That's right. The president says that they will not be changing their mind. They suspended the contract.
It's getting the sense of, agency that Ghanaians need money to develop this very country. So I'm happy for him.
Thank you, Papa Bisu.
It has come so late. come 2024 general election, as I said, let's vote out MPP government.
Thank you, Papa Bisu, for your call this morning. I'll get on to my next caller. You too can lend your voice to the conversation. 0559 242 717. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my sister.
Pastor Dewale, great to hear your voice. How are we doing this morning?
Oh, by the grace of God. One nation, one people, one common destiny. Quote and unquote, the late General Champon. So, Brother Iben, we will not help anybody to destroy this country. Ghana is older
Thank you for that, Pastor Dewale.
Ghana is older than NPP NDC. And I believe the days are coming very soon. I'm not prophesying. This NDC NPP, we shall silence you people into opposition. Then you will go and learn your lessons as Nebuchadnezzar. My sister, on Tuesday evening, I went to dam site, Wager, where the turbines are. It has been shut. None is flowing. The reason that I even got there was, I was told they are now constructing a road to link up Old Wager. And in fact, work was in progress, which I admire the engineers and contractors. They should speed up. When it happened, that would be an easy link up. But my question is, if you have shut all the turbines, and you have said it on one of the sister stations, the communication director, Mr. Stanley Man, said that they have enough fresh water, but it is some of their equipment which are outmoded. He confessed. Fine, you keep on increasing. What do you use the increment for? You know, even these days, ECG started 11 cedis every month, service charge. Now, water is also charging 10 cedis. Even accumulate that alone to be doing some of the repairs. There is no accountability and transparency. I believe we should not be crying for water. Water should not become, as we say in Ghana language, that we should be giving it to communities. No, water is so essential. So, in fact, some of these things, they should wake up. Do the needful, the basic needful. My sister, have a blessed morning.
Have a blessed morning to you, Pastor Dewale. I get on to some more calls, 0559 242 717 or 0556 910 154. Let's make our submissions short, sweet, and snappy to make way for the sports, which is coming right up after this. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Who's speaking? Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Winneba.
Sure, you're on air. Let's hear you.
Yeah, madam. When Samuel Oku was campaigning at 2016, he was saying boys are black, but now both are dying. When you people came to power, look at the way you are managing NLA. Now you look at the employment that you are getting at the NLA now. So what is going to be Samuel Oku's scorecard at the NLA, madam? So now because you people came to power, even a cleaner who was being appointed and I go for it, want to go to parliament. Because now you are getting money, so we want to go to parliament, and then you are trying to collapse the poor man's way. Madam, you speak for us. So the LMC, we the lotto marketed, we are suffering under this regime because of the contract that has been signed. So now the LMC, we're not getting anything. You can go to lotto kiosk and sit the whole day. Nobody can come and take a lotto. So please, you speak for us.
Sure, noted. Thank you for your call. I'll get on to my next caller. Hello, good morning.
Please wait.
Oh,
your call has
been put on hold. Or 0559 242 717 0556 910 154. Put us off hold. Give us a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Helen.
Good morning to you, Kosami. Have you had your coffee as yet?
Sure.
Great to hear your voice. You're on air. Let's hear you.
I'm glad to your colleagues. I think this GRA president issue is just a political gimmick. To let it look like the president has done something good. It's just a game they are playing. This is we all know it's when you are under investigation. How can you work it while you are in the investigation? Come on. And I'm calling on the media. Open your eyes. Some monies are coming. How are we going to spend the money? The media have the responsibility. You have the fourth estate of the ring. You have to open your eyes and see where these monies are going, because it's an election year. We are talking about startups. We've seen what happened in 2020 on NBSSR when the money distributed to party, branch executive, which has not yet been collected. Meanwhile, it's taxpayers' money. After doing that, then they change the name of the institution to another name. So that who do you hold responsible? This is what the game this government is playing with Ghanaians. So much negative in the system is not making Ghanaians able to plan. So many negatives. And then with the month, SML, TOR issue, other issues that are cropping out that you cannot even decide which one to talk about. I think it's time the youth of this country learn a lesson. Don't allow anybody to come and tell you something here. Then you try him.
Thank you, Kosami.
Let's just keep with those who are in this, who know what to do. Your mama has been there before. Let us vote for Mama back for this country to move forward.
Thank you for your call, Kosami. Have a blessed morning. I get on to my last caller. We'll park it for Community Voices. Hello, good morning. Who's calling? Where are you calling us from?
Good morning. Hello, this is General calling from Adabraka.
General from Adabraka. How are you this morning?
Yes. I am good.
Let's hear you.
You see, Helen, it is quite troubling. And sometimes when our leaders take decision or they undertake some activity, you will ask yourself, do they really understand what they are talking about? We have a situation where, as at date, or for the party, we are battling with revenue mobilization. And therefore, the issue surrounding Ministry of Finance and its agents like GRA becomes crucial. And we are being told that GRA contracted a particular entity to work for it to improve revenue mobilization.
That's right.
Independent person carried investigation and came to the conclusion that something went amiss. Now, if fraud is suspected, we do not do audit. In fact, we do full forensic investigation. So, our president, that letter that he wrote inviting KPMG to come and do audit, what do they understand by audit? When you are doing audit, you do the work based on sample and you express reasonable assurance, not absolute assurance. So this matter, is it another attempt by the government or the president to clear SML? Does he personally, is he benefiting from this whole deal in a way? Because the whole thing doesn't add up. You suspect fraud and you are carrying, you are actually issuing an order for audit to be carried. It will not go anywhere. So the people, our leaders, when they take decision, they should credit that with small brain, they should credit that with small intelligence. Okay, I don't even. In fact, Helen, in some way, this government is a mistake in history. Helen, God bless you.
God bless you. And that was my final caller on Community Voices. As always, Community Voices comes up before these sports updates. So thank you so much for all of your calls. Tomorrow we reactivate the lines on that particular segment, and you too can let us know what is going on in your community and beyond. But we'll park it now, make way for Kelvin Owusu-Ansah to give us all we need in the world of sports. This is still 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.